The last revelation.
My name is Ryo Hazuki. My father was killed by the warlord Lan Di. During my quest for vengeance, I've traveled far and wide and consorted with numerous unsavory characters. But enough about me. Let's talk about you, Nozomi.
Brian? Brian! Who's Nozomi?
Shenmue on Dreamcast, rated T for teen.
What's going on, guys? I had to do the PC Wizard intro today because I was giving him stick for it the other day, so I thought I'd just rip him off completely. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fourth Community Choice Dreamcast game night on a Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Hello, everyone in chat. Animated, James Mormon, Lung Kisser. Plenty more people lurking around as well. I changed the adverts up today as well compared to the ones we usually have. So tonight's game is well, it depends where you are in the world. It's either Buggy Heat or it's TNN Motorsports Hardcore Heat. I actually have the American version here, despite my my non-Americanness. So hey James, the other James, we've got three Jameses in now tonight. That could be quite confusing. So yeah, this is one of the older Dreamcast games. I think it's a much loved Dreamcast game by many people. Almost one of the forgotten sort of launch window games, really. I think there were so many racing games come out. I feel like Buggy Heat was one of the ones that was kind of left behind. So yeah, we're going to try and make amends for that tonight. I will confess, I've never played the full version of this game, so this is pretty new to me. I played the demo, which seems to be a theme with me, but I played the demo of this pretty extensively back in the day, because I remember it was on the first or the second Dream On demo disc. So I played a lot of it. So yeah, that was my extent. I kind of know what the game's about, but it's going to be new to me, some of these tracks and stuff. So yeah, we're going to dive straight into championship mode, and we are going to enjoy it as we go. I think we'll start with normal. Oh, we can only do normal anyway. We can't even increase it. So you've obviously got to unlock them. Right, who do we want to go then? I'm going to hand this over to chat to decide what vehicle we're going to use. We got Coyote, Avalanche, which looks like your sister's city car that she takes down to the shops. Reaper, Matador, the Dune Hopper, that looks pretty slick. The Girth 2000, hell yeah. The Girth 2000, what a name. That's going to tickle me for a long time now, that is. The Sand Dragon, or the Hammerhead, or you can use a memory card, apparently, to presumably load the cars you've unlocked. So, any choices in chat? Anyone want to pick a vehicle that we're going to use tonight? I'm basically going to pick whoever picks the first one. Unless Mr. Mormon wants to pick, seeing as this was he was campaigning for this game massively tonight. A Buggy, says animated. So that means we can't use the Girth 2000, right? The Matador looks pretty cool, right? I'm presuming all these handle differently. They've all got different max power. Right, let's go Reaper, because it sounds pretty menacing, doesn't it? And now someone said Matador now. Right, I'm going back. We're going Matador. Right, where was there? Okay. Here we go. So this, I think, is the track in the demo. So we should absolutely win this one. USA! Pretty nice looking game though.
I'm ready.
As with a lot of the sort of Dreamcast racing games, it's got that sort of late 90s arcade feel to it. Just looks nice and colourful, you know, not going for uber realism. Oh, what a move on the inside there. From last to first in the corner. So I know Mr. Tom Charnock, who is not joining us this evening because it was his birthday at the end of last week, and he has a quiz tonight, apparently, a birthday quiz. But this is one of his guilty pleasure games. Is it fair to call Buggy Heat a guilty pleasure? I'm not sure it is.
Wow.
It was kind of a above average game as far as reviews were concerned back in the day. So it certainly wasn't a bad game by any stretch. But I seem to remember this getting like 6s in most of the reviews. But I think that a lot of that was due to the fact it was being directly compared to things like Sega Rally and some of the other Dreamcast racing games that kind of came out in the launch window, like Monaco Grand Prix, and there were quite a few, to be fair. I also seem to remember the demo for this on the Dream On disc in the UK it was just this track, and it was one single lap, and it had no AI cars to race against. It was basically a one-lap time trial, which didn't do a great job of selling the game. But it's quite cool with the good start anyway to the championship. Quite cool that it's got the different sort of avatar pictures in the top left, you know, Mario Kart style-y, just to give it a bit of character as to who you are, who you're racing against. And I believe I was reading again like a retrospective that Tom did of this game, and I believe there is some sort of like AI drive-atar type scenario going on with this game, which is again pretty ahead of its time. Yeah, was it the first demo disc from the magazine? No, the second one, because the first one was the Sonic and Sonic Adventure and Millennium Soldier was on the first Dream On disc. Or the second disc, because the one that came with the console was technically Dream On Volume 1. So I think this was Volume 3. I'm trying to think what other game was on there. Was it Dynamite Cop? Was it the Dynamite Cop demo in this? But yeah, already graphically, as I said, it's really nice to look at. Really pleasing on the eyeballs. So this car, I think, is going to be a fast one, but doesn't handle particularly well in the slow corners. So we've got to baby it around a bit. But I think we need to do this on hard, because we're finding normal very straightforward so far. Famous last words. As the tracks get more difficult. Oh. As someone's already trying to take me out here. So handling's pretty nice. Feels nice and weighty. You know, one of the biggest frustrations with a lot of racing games of the era is the cars felt like they had no weight to them, whereas this definitely does, and you do get a feel as you're going over different terrain. It sort of slows your turning circle down a bit. I'm going to guess there's a handbrake button that I've not found yet. No idea where this track is going. I'm just kind of going off instinct.
Let's go.
I'm sliding. See the checkpoint. And then yeah, as soon as you get onto the tarmac, you get a lot more grip, which is good. Well, since I said the game was too easy, we dropped down to third, which is not a great start. So I have no idea why this game was named something completely different in America. I believe the Japanese and the European names were the same, Buggy Heat. And the Americans had to put up with TNN. What was it? TNN Racing Hardcore Extreme Buggies. I think it was TNN Racing. Oh, I can't remember the full title now. It'll come to me now. TNN Motorsports. Oh, I'm not looking now. Look at this. This is terrible. Come on. Whenever I'm playing an old racing game for the first time, I'm always reluctant to sort of try and put it in reverse, because you end up holding down brake and it ends up not being that, and you just sit there for like 5 minutes trying to work out how to get yourself backwards again.
Checkpoint.
I think we're okay in third though. I think we just need to score top 4 to progress. So I'm presuming there's like vehicle upgrades and or vehicle unlocks that you can get in this game, seeing as there was an option to select from the VMU and we were choosing our car. So we'll see about that as we go forward. Didn't really do a great job there. Might want to try and stick to the left here then, because the track goes over there. So. Oh. So yeah, I believe this was a Dreamcast exclusive. I don't think this was released on anything else. And yeah, as I said, I have no idea why the naming is so different. I'll check chat now what people said. No, it's different. Didn't get the love it deserved. Others preferred MSR. Yeah. Demo was the first thing I put on my Dreamcast. No, it definitely wasn't Volume 1. Volume 1 was the one that came with the Dreamcast. And it definitely wasn't on there. Volume 2 was Sonic and Millennium Soldier, and I'm pretty sure it was Volume 3. BT erasers on these streams. Well, I mean, I am writing a book on BT erasers, so that's probably why, to be fair. Hey, I don't vote for them, guys. You know, I just put the nominations out there and people vote. If James Moorman is gonna pimp this out to everyone, then licensed title from a TV channel in the US. Interesting. Right. So still first in the championship. We're on to the snow levels now.
Good luck. 3, 2.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me, but I think this holds up really well graphically. Like, it's not something I would have thought about as Buggy Heap being like a really good looking game, but like this looks really nice. I think. I don't know if you agree with me in the chat, but I think it looks really good.
Checkpoint.
I think we said this in the last stream, but we're in that realm of every racing game on the Dreamcast seems to have a like a beach level, a snow level, a jungle level. We're probably going to get like a nighttime city level, I'm guessing, sometime soon. Just a hunch. Well, our buggy seems to be a lot more suited to this one than the deep sand. Anyway, oh, he says that as he goes. I need to learn not to say stuff. Like, and as expected, holding down reverse is holding down. Oh my goodness me! Why do they make it so difficult to put the thing in reverse? Like, seriously, what is so hard about holding down the brake pedal in an arcade racing game? I do know what it was with people's obsession in this era to make it so difficult to put the car in reverse. When did they start making it like default that you just held down brake to go into reverse? Because it certainly wasn't bloody the years 99 to sort of 2002.
Checkpoint. No. You can do it.
Right, so where did we lose it last time? It was here, wasn't it? Well, we threw away another sure victory there, unless we can catch... I forget all the characters' names now. No, it was this corner. That's when we lost it. We went too quick. Let's sneak the win here. Don't think so. Try though. Oh, maybe. It's gonna be close. Really close. Yes! Nice. Good finish. So I was thinking Sonya. It does look like Sonya, doesn't it? Your book, you should have a reverse rating out of 5. I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. How many go to gears? 5 out of 5 gears. Alright, so we're into hard now already, so we finished normal mode. Straight into hard. Alright, who wants to pick the car this time? I think we should go Sonia, to be honest, after that. She was kicking ass in the old Dune Hopper. Right, we're going to go Sonia.
Dune Hopper.
So are these new tracks then, or are these just the same tracks but with harder AI? No, it looks like new tracks. That's good.
3, 2.
Look at that, the guy in 4th place looks like Robotnik. Or is that just me? We need to give names to all these people so we can remember them. Sonya Blade for sure is the one I'm in.
Great.
Nice moves.
Come again.
Right, so it's not quite so easy to get straight to the front in hard mode anyway. So we definitely have a little bit of a challenge on our hands here. And we've got an extra lap to go as well by the looks of it. That's not a nice mechanic though. When you do start to when it decides it wants to spin you all the way around, it doesn't seem like you can do anything to stop that from happening, which is a bit frustrating. It doesn't handle the way you'd expect it to if you try and drive into the slide.
Come again.
Well,
Get out of my way.
we are not doing so well in this.
New record.
As usual, I think we've hit that kind of Retro's gaming difficulty spike almost immediately.
Yeah.
Bob. Oh my god. This is not going well. We were in 3rd at the end of the first lap. Guy in 2nd reminds me of someone as well.
Okay. Great.
I think we need to get into 3rd. Oh, hang on. Is that... I wonder if that's the overall position of the championship we need to do to progress. Jack Wade.
New record. Final lap.
I hope so anyway, because I don't think we're going to finish top 3 in this race. Unless we can pull something out. I'm not a fan of Sonia's car, to be honest.
Nice move.
They do kind of stall out as well when you sort of slide them a bit too much,
Checkpoint.
which feels very unnatural as well. And they just kind of lose all their speed. Someone hit the wall. Okay.
Come again.
4th might be a decent recovery. Is that going to be enough to allow us to progress though?
Finish.
We will see. Yep, we're into Egypt. Yes, we need to finish 3rd in the championship, it looks like, to clear it. Okay.
Egypt.
So if there's only 3 levels,
3, 2, 1.
not the most depth involved in this game. I'm assuming we don't actually probably might unlock some stuff. I don't know.
Move it.
I know they say a good workman never blames his tools, but I'm not feeling Sonia's car here.
Hold on.
I feel like it's underperforming compared to the others.
Move it. Nice
Oh,
move.
come on. See, they just kind of, if you just get that corner a bit too heavy, it just really stalls out.
Come again.
Looking good.
Shoot.
Get out of my way. We haven't had the nighttime city track yet. I'm disappointed.
Move it.
Oh, we do have a sandstorm though. That's pretty cool. Nice move.
Yeah.
Right, we've got to guess where the track goes again. Oh, we've done this track before. It's that one, or at least a version of it. Now, there doesn't seem to be anything you can do about that when your car kind of topples over, which is a bit weird. Like, the weight is where the weight is. There's not much I can do about it.
Record. Final lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally speaking, handling's quite nice. Could be better. It's not the best game I've ever played handling-wise, but it is quite nice. It does remind me a bit of Rallycross, this game, on PlayStation. Bits about the way the car handles. Just feels a bit Rallycrossy, which is one of my favourite racing games. Yes, I know I mentioned PlayStation on the Dreamcast stream. You can call for my resignation if you wish.
Checkpoint.
So yeah, in case he is popping his head in, happy birthday to Tom for earlier on in the week. And happy birthday to anyone else if it's your birthday today. Can we hold on for an unexpected victory here, which would throw us back into championship contention? Yes, we can.
Finish.
Nothing can beat Burnout 3 for handling. Burnout 3 was amazing, to be fair. That was definitely one of those games that that I think I 100%ed that game. But yeah, Burnout 3 Takedown. That was Takedown, right? That was just such a phenomenal game. And then they ruined it after that. So it doesn't really look like there's a massive amount of circuits, because I feel like we're repeating circuits already. Which is a bit disappointing. Because, again, I know, again, it's common at the time, isn't it, that you get like 3 circuits or something, but I don't know, I just expected it to be a few more. So they do the usual thing of maybe a few different routes, I think, on the same
Dreamcast, up to 6 billion players.
Move it.
Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Game over, dog. It's game over for me as I read your name, seeing as I'm crashing into everything.
Hold on.
Checkpoint.
Get out of my
Get out of my way.
Looking good.
So yeah, I've counted 3 circuits so far.
Okay. Great.
I don't know if anyone in chat knows if there are any different terrains other than these 3. It is mental, like when you look back at races from the late 90s now, early 2000s. Like, it was just expected that there was not going to be any more than like 2 or 3 circuits, which is just insane to think now. Like, can you imagine releasing a racing game now with like 3 tracks?
Checkpoint.
I remember vividly when GT64 came out on the N64, which everyone was like, well, I say everyone, oh, stop it! All my friends were looking forward to GT64 because it was like the N64's version of Gran Turismo. This could really mess up our championship here. And yeah, GT64, which was a letdown in general anyway, but it had like 3 circuits, I think, which, like, yeah, absolutely bonkers how that was even acceptable. And there's no reason for it. There's 0 technical reasons why you could only have 3 tracks. Like, there's no space issues. There's plenty of racing games from that era that had like over a dozen circuits. So there's literally no reason other than like just obviously time of development and like not wanting to. So it is a bit of a pet peeve of mine because it was just like an accepted thing back then that you just didn't expect more than 3 or 4 circuits, and if you did, it was a bonus. This could really screw up our championship here. And I blame it on the guy that followed us, as I read his name. I'm only joking, I didn't really. The lack of shadows cast by the course on the car is noticeable. Yeah, Sega Rally was the best racer ever on the back of 3 cars and 4 circuits. Yeah, but... I mean... Oh, this looks funky, man. This is a new one, isn't it? Peru. Have we been here? We've definitely not done this layout before. It's alright, Game Over Dog, I'm only joking, mate. We're still second in the championship, so we're fine. Sega GT I thought was okay. We did a, if you go on YouTube, or even on Twitch, it might be on the previous videos on Twitch, but we did a, like a book club session on Sega GT about a month ago, where me and Kev and Mike were talking about it. And yeah, I liked Sega GT. I thought it was okay. I mean, obviously it wasn't. Again, like anything of that era, it's not a patch on Gran Turismo, like not anywhere close. But it looks nice. And back to the track argument. Yeah, I mean, you obviously can get amazing games with just a few tracks, but there's still no excuses. Like, they could quite easily have doubled the amount of tracks on Sega Rally, you know. The tracks on there were like nothing special. To a point, and what I mean by that is to a point where they could have replicated that with different terrain or something, or even the same terrain but a different layout. It just feels very lazy in general. And as I said, I think a lot of it was because people just didn't expect any more than that. It was only really when Gran Turismo came out again, which moved the bar. But then even before Gran Turismo, you know, games like Formula 1 on the PlayStation, really detailed tracks. And I suppose it's a bit easier when you're doing like realistic racing games like that, because you're basically reusing the same assets and just changing the layout of the circuit, obviously. So you probably wouldn't expect like 15 to 20 tracks on a Sega Rally type game. But I really don't think it's unreasonable to expect at least half a dozen circuits on any racing game. And you're right, Sega Rally gets away with it because it's got massive replayability appeal because of how well the cars handle and how fun it is. But like, look at Colin McRae Rally, for example. Like, so many different courses on that. I'd take Colin McRae Rally over Sega Rally any day of the week. I'm allowed to say that because it's a Saturn game, not a Dreamcast game. Because Dreamcast Sega Rally sucked, let's be honest. Well, it didn't suck, but it was no better than half the other B-tier races on the system. think the biggest Sega Saturn racing game I was disappointed with at the time was Sega Touring Car. I was so looking forward to that game. That was another one with like 3 circuits. Why?
Great.
I suppose again, you know, when they're arcade ports, there's a bit of a, I mean, that's a bit of a get out of jail free card as well, right? Because it's like, it's an arcade port, so people don't expect it. Ultimately, if you're Sega, why are you wasting development on like 4 new original circuits if you know people are going to give you money anyway? But I think that sort of changed a bit as that era went on. You know, it was Arcade Plus, wasn't it? It's got to be more than what the arcade offers you. You need to have more features in there. I mean, look at Crazy Taxi. It's not exactly the biggest most feature-rich game, but they did well to include a load of stuff that wasn't in the arcades. Touring Car was awful, I feel the same. Yeah, I was obsessed with touring cars at the time. Again, I mean, I was a PlayStation fanboy back in like 95. So I adored everything on PlayStation, but like Toka Touring Cars was amazing. And I kind of was just expecting a bit more like of the same as that, but with that kind of classic Sega arcadiness to boot. And in reality it was just a janky mess with horrendous handling, terrible graphics and awful track design, with tracks that felt about as well, they didn't feel as wide as what you'd expect for a circus to take those sorts of cars on.
Nice move.
So yeah, that was disappointing. Can we get the win here to make up for our 8th place earlier on? That would be a nice. That would probably put us into 1st in the championship, or close to it. But yeah, I think if you bought Speed Devils instead of this on launch, you would have been happier if you wanted an arcade racer. Not that this, like I said, is a bad game, but this has got 20 quid bargain bin written all over it.
Finish!
Right, let me just read some of these chats. Sega Rally worked well because of the perfect course design. Yep, you're right. And the handling was great as well. I think it's just a holdover from old arcade games having easy, normal, and hard. Yeah, probably. Yep, this course was really good. I agree. It was nice. Sega Rally 2 failed because the course design was pretty lazy. Yeah, plus the handling was garbage. And the frame rate was garbage. Dreamcast was definitely where arcade races were expensive to offer much more than the arcade version. Yeah, exactly. You know, you look at the PlayStation, and it was all about, as you said, trying to get Tekken running as close to what the arcade game looked like that you could. Yeah, I do need to try the cheat code thing actually. Yeah, that somersault finish was pretty nice. Should have clipped it. Right, so we have now finished normal, hard, and we are on to expert. We haven't unlocked anything yet, have we? Right, we're changing car. I wasn't a fan of that. We're going to go with the Girth 2000. I just feel like we've got to use the Girth 2000 from Henry McGregor. Because anyone that calls their car the Girth 2000 is clearly a stand-up human being. Girth 2000! That might need to be one of our sound samples when you get subscribers or something on Twitch. Girth 2000! Right, so we're back to France. And once again, we just need to finish third in the championship. How many races do we get? I didn't check that.
Run. Get going.
We got
3, 2,
thunder and lightning in this one and a bit of rain. That's quite a nice touch, isn't it? That looks quite nice. You know, the more I play this, the more the graphics actually impress me. I think someone commented on it. The draw distance is actually really impressive as well. Like, there's barely any pop-in. I've not really noticed any playing it anyway. For an early Dreamcast game as well, you know, credit where credit is due. Those thunder and lightning like effects are really cool. That is very cool, especially the way it lights up the track.
no kick. Checkpoint.
Oh god, I'm doing so well in this though.
Nice try.
I'm not a fan of the Girth 2000.
Let's go.
So we need to finish third again, right? So we just need to basically get one win and then salvage some like top 4 finishes in the others. Girth 2000 doesn't handle great. It's very doesn't really drift as well as the others. Very understeery. Feels like I'm playing Taxi 2 again.
I'll get you.
So if we don't manage to win the expert mode this time, I think we may have to consider
Checkpoint.
going back to a buggy. I love how that doesn't even appear to slow you down whatsoever when that does happen though. Take it easy!
Bye-bye.
Come on, let's see if we can get a podium.
Record. Final lap.
See the podium right there. Yeah, this car just doesn't want to drift in the slightest bit. It's just so big and heavy and girthy. Obviously. Too much girth for me, absolutely. Clearly I am not used to handling girth. Oh my god.
Nice
Stop sliding, please. This is going to be another 8th place finish, isn't it, to start? And now it's not even moving. What is going on? Right, I'm gonna. I don't want to restart the season. Can I? If I exit this. Oh, please don't let me start it again. No, that's okay. Right, we don't want the girth, boy. We can't handle girth. I think we've proved that. So, what's the weight like? We want something with... Let's try the Reaper, because that's quite lightweight.
Reaper.
Later, sucker! This stream has convinced me to go for this before Demolition Racer. Demolition Racer is really good, but...
Let's do this.
As a racer, I really struggle like playing that game and enjoying it properly because of the whole like can't just race to finish can't just race to finish first. You've got to inflict enough damage because even if you finish first and you do no damage on people, you're not gonna progress. So, oh god, that was not a good start. Right, so we picked a car that's light but very slow. I feel like we're missing something from experts. There's no upgrades or anything, is there? You must have unlocked cars. Why would they allow you to select from a memory card otherwise? So confused. least this thing handles a bit better, but I mean, we're running last, so at least with the Girth Boy, we were running in the top 4 for most of it until we messed up the last lap. But I feel like they're moving away from me rather than me closing them down right now. I don't think it would have been DLC, Mike, not this early days. I don't know if you're taking the piss or not, but obviously some Dreamcast games did have some DLC. But I don't think this had any online features or support. Right, we're gonna finish this race and we're gonna try the next one. And if we're still miles off the pace, then we're gonna have to really seriously consider what car we're gonna go. Because right now I'm getting absolutely destroyed on this track. But one thing we have noticed is that some cars seem to be stronger on other tracks. Or maybe it's just me being stronger on some tracks. But they are literally driving away from me right now.
Checkpoint.
I don't feel like I'm doing that badly. Why are you sliding? I don't get why you're sliding. I'm like full throttle to the left and then you just get stuck on this little bit here. We're about to be lapped. Yeah, I'm not liking this car. Let's check the garage, just out of interest then. So what is... Ah, maybe this is what you can do. Yeah, so look at the weight on the girth one. 3,852 pounds. It's like considerably worse. There's Dr. Robotnik. So what can we do to this then?
Hammerhead.
Okay. Ah, I see. I see. So you can tweak these. You can't upgrade them, but you can tune them up a bit. Actually, the ability to upload or download DTA program is no longer possible. There's nothing stopping you from training an AI input on a DMU. Dreamcast. Oh, that's quite cool. So yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier on with the whole. It's the same as like what Forza Motorsport does with the driver task stuff, which is pretty cool. Right. So what else have we got? What's the level? Oh, so this is our AI level checker now, is it? Okay, so load AI data taken from the... You can bring up the AI data in time attack. Okay, so I must have to save it then. So that is the only mode though. So you've literally got practice, which is just going to be a thing. Time attack. Obviously a multiplayer game, and championship. That's literally it. So I mean, we've got 6 races here for the expert, and granted we haven't beaten it yet, but it is not exactly a comprehensive title, is it?
I'm gone. 3, 2, 1.
Right, I'm going to finish this race no matter what happens this time.
Any damage? Yes!
Okay, this car, see now this car seems a lot better.
I'm gone.
Oh, phooey!
The old monster
Next.
truck. Any damage? Get off me! Oh my god! How much more do you want to slow me down by just clipping on top of my freaking car? Right, so my new target for this race is anything but last. we can finish 7th or higher
Oh no!
and see. Oh my god! When it just spins like that, it just slides, and there is literally nothing you can do about it.
Oh, that's
Literally nothing you can do. You are in the arms of the gods. Because in a real car, what you'd be doing is accelerating and turning into that, and if you try and do that on here, it just spins you around. And the guy says, "Any damage?" Same again here. Look, that's really annoying me because I can't drive it how I want to drive it. It doesn't feel right. I'm trying to think what was the good car like. I just can't seem to do this bloody. I just can't seem to do this track for some reason.
I'm gone. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be a point on the car where you can spin, you can slide around the track fine, and then all of a sudden it just lets it go, and you just can't do anything to get it back. That's the only reason it's frustrating.
Watch it. Nah. I'm gone. Oh,
Like now, again. Like literally, you've just got to come to a complete halt, which just screws you up anyway.
Nice timing. Gotta hurry.
Although it's better than spending 10 minutes trying to find out how to reverse the bloody thing.
Checkpoint. Wow.
Let's hope the next track is kinder to us. Let's try and see if we can keep this into P6. I'll take a P6 right now.
Checkpoint. Oh, that's nothing.
I've gone quiet because you can tell the concentration is real.
Checkpoint. Wow.
And we're not too far off the pack in this race.
New record.
Kept it clean.
Final lap.
Once again, I've realised I'm saying this when I've still got a whole lap to go. So I should really learn to shut my mouth.
Next.
Girth boy. He's doing alright without me controlling him, isn't he?
Oh no.
And I'm getting sandwiched between
Wow. Any damage?
these two. The AI is pretty poor, ironically, given the whole conversation we just had about the AI. It just seems to just be one of those AIs that just drives into you. It doesn't really pay any attention as to whether you're actually there or not.
There.
And then just keeps his foot on the throttle.
I'm gone.
I think what we need to do is we need to gather up all the really bad AI from all the various poor Dreamcast racing games and make them race each other and see which of the bad AI comes out on top. So like Spirit of Speed's AI, Buggy Heat's AI, and all the other terrible AIs. Hello, Loz, mate. I can't think of a game before MSR that made an attempt to avoid the player. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously AI's come an awful long way since then. I think at least with games like Formula 1, well, even Formula 1 on the PlayStation, like even games like that, it would it would brake at least and not just keep its foot on the gas, running like, you know, straight into you when you're stood still. Didn't avoid you, but it also didn't just keep relentlessly accelerating into your side. Right, we're back on the first track then, so I can't remember. Is like the time of day or anything changed on here now? Is there something different about it? It does feel like it's later in the day. I feel like the early one was like morning or something.
Yes! Nah. Move it! Ouch!
Oh man. That so the longevity in this game is absolutely the enforced artificial difficulty level by having cars just literally ram into you until you're forced to stop. Like that. And then they just kind of stick on you and you can't do anything about it.
Move it! What about it? Oh no!
This might honestly, like, I'm not even exaggerating, this might be worse than a lot of other AI racing AI that I've played. It was fine on the normal modes because you could just drive around them. But when it's like, I presume they're just running like 1.5% speed, time speed or something, which makes them uber competitive, and it just means that they just stick to you like glue.
Checkpoint.
Hanging in there though. What about it?
Checkpoint. Final lap.
I can really do with the second place here.
Ouch!
Really do with holding this. I'm just going to block it now.
Oh no! Checkpoint.
I will take second. I will take that.
Finish.
That might pull us up in the championship a bit. We've got a lot of races to do on here as well, so we just need to not do anything too stupid. I think Arcade Racing Legends takes the AI car biscuit. I've heard that. I still haven't played that. I've got it sealed here. I still haven't cracked the seal on it. But I have heard that the AI is not particularly good, to be fair. Fun thing with that is the early F1 games were made by Bizarre Creations. Yep, I've got the original sat in front of me here. One of my favourite games as a kid, and the reason I wanted my PlayStation. So ahead of its time. Ah, this looks cool. Nighttime.
2, 1, go!
Let's see if we can hang on to another podium, which should vault us into the top 3, and we just got to try and worry about staying there then, because the guy in the old grasshopper seems to be running it off into the distance again. I would say into the sunset, but clearly time has passed for the sunset.
Yes! There! Ouch!
I do like that. That's given me an idea for a Junkyard article around the battle of the AI in racing games. Who would win that race? It always cracks me up on racing games when you're playing on like the hardest difficulty like this, and like you're struggling to get around the corners, and they just kind of go around like as if they're on a railway track like that. Oh, stop doing that! Oh my god, that's so frustrating. So frustrating. I wouldn't mind if like I'd hit the wall or made a stupid mistake, but when it does
Any
that,
damage?
it's just so
Nice
annoying because you
timing.
just can't correct it. Oh god, come back over here. Do like the setting though. The old night time. Very well done.
Checkpoint. Watch it.
Yeah, Arcade Racing Legends was a well, it was a bit of a disappointment all round in the end, wasn't it? Very ambitious for an indie Dreamcast game, and it is nice to see 3D races as indie games, but it was the execution, unfortunately, was not anywhere near it needed to be. Having said that, as I said, I played the demo quite a lot because I was doing a preview on it for the Junkyard, but I didn't do the review, Mike did, so like I said, I haven't even opened my copy yet. It's still sat here on the desk, which kind of tells you all you need to know, really. Move it! Get off my car, please.
Oh no!
So yeah, there's definitely a lot of frustration in this game. I can see why it got.
Wow!
Why is
Any
that guy just
damage?
reversing in the middle of the track? I mean, I'm not going to complain because it both gave me a place and took the other guy out, but still, it's the AI doing taking names. So yeah, I can see why it didn't review so favourably with some of the frustration for this car. And I think, you know, games of this era, that's definitely one of the things you look for. Is like, did they make a game last a long time or longer by making it frustratingly difficult, or did they make a game last longer by having, you know, lots of cool content to play? And this is definitely feels like one of those times where they just have all they've done is spiked up the difficulty for this championship. So it probably takes you like 2 or 3 attempts rather than just being able to do it first time. Unless you're an absolute gaming boss like me. I'm about to do it first time as I get overtaken by little Nissan Micra.
Checkpoint.
I actually jest because I don't think we're going to finish this championship in the top 3. We're going to need a hell of a lot of luck in one of the races to win or something stupid crazy to happen.
Oh, phooey
We
next.
want to somehow finish in top 3.
Oh no! Nice timing.
Oh my god.
Any damage?
Get out of the way.
My
It's
God.
so bloody annoying. Because it just scrubs off all your speed as well when you're trying to battle against that person. I'll take a 4th. That should still keep us in touching distance where we need to be.
Finish.
Spinning out is giving me horrible Revolt memories. I loved Revolt. Revolt were great. It was great. When I play this, the AI never targets me like this. It's like they know you deserve it because you like Spirit of Speed. Big Mean Bunny, you are a big mean bunny. I don't deserve it. Oh, we're in the top 3, look at that. I don't deserve pain because I like Spirit of Speed. I reckon that the AI doesn't target you because you must not be playing on expert like the gaming boss that I am right now. I wanted to love Revolt so much, but the controls drove me mad. It's because you're not driving it like a radio control car, mate. You've got to not drive it like a real car and drive it like an RC car, and it all comes alive.
Go. 2, 1, go!
Right, we've got a blizzard here. This is like N64 mode. Look at this. Can't see in front of us at all.
Next.
It is like I'm playing a rally game, Top Gear Rally on the N64.
Checkpoint.
That was actually a really good game, to be fair. Give the N64 some credit.
Any damage?
Did it damage?
Excited.
Alright. Stop sliding.
Yes.
It's all gone quiet. Concentration face on again. Oh, here we go. There we go. Obviously, as we were leading, we had to end up getting into a spin that I couldn't do anything about, obviously. First to last. Thanks, game. Thanks, game.
Next.
Spun for no reason. You could just feel it happening as well, and you just cannot do anything about it. Oh god.
Nice timing. There.
On a plus side, Sonya Blade is leading, and I don't think she was leading the championship, so at least that means the points will be... Actually, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because we probably want the first two to be like scoring all the points, don't we? And then we'll just pick up the third place ones. But
Checkpoint.
if we can manage to keep hold of second, right, we'll take it. Even though I think we could have won this race in the blizzard conditions. Silent Hill styling. I jest, but it's very good. Like that is one major credit I think on this game, is that if they haven't got variety on the tracks, they've at least given you variety in the weather and the time of day and stuff. They've done a really good job of that. It's not just varied. The implementation is really good. Like the lighting effects were really excellent with the rain and the lighting and the lightning, and the blizzard effect is quite cool. Oh no! Slipped inside me at the end. Can we get it? Nice. I'll take a P2.
Finish.
Cold and ice surface level. Yeah, you're not wrong. Took a lot of getting used to, but Revolt is actually much more stable racer when you take that. Yeah, definitely. I really liked Revolt. It was, I think, I didn't have it on Dreamcast originally. I think I had it on 64 actually originally. But I do have the Dreamcast version now. Seeing as this is the DC Junkyard Racing Game stream channel, let's have Revolt next. Well, Mike, you need to nominate it to start with for the next one. And I'd happily just play racing games, but you know, there are other people in the junkyard who are more than welcome to stream games on this channel. It just so happens that I'm the only bugger that streams on here. I need to do another stream soon actually, because we need to get our affiliate status. Not necessarily for sub buttons, but for the so we can use the different like the channel points and stuff. So I can do some sound effects on there, like Animated's got on his stream. I got some cool ideas, but we need to get the affiliate status first. Right, so we've got 2 races left to go. We're currently in 3rd, and we're a couple of points ahead of 4th now. So I think even if we finish 4th, we should be okay. But we're going to go for the win here and solidify, and then we've beaten the game.
Ouch!
Beaten the game in an hour-and-a-half stream, and that's even with me having like a temper tantrum halfway through. when the floor goes like this, it reminds me of like MRC on the N64. Was it Multi Racing Championship? That's what I keep thinking of, when the floor, you could go over those like cobblestones.
Oh, phooey!
It's a shame Sega never did a sequel to Sega Touring Cars and actually did it properly on Dreamcast. That would have been nice.
Checkpoint!
Oh, where have all these people come from? Oh, thanks for that. That was really nice of you to like hit me all the way over there.
There!
I'm starting to squint now. Oh god. I thought that was going to tears there.
That's nothing for me!
I'm starting to squint now because I have my contact lenses all day. What about it? Well, it could have been worse. We could have been playing Moho tonight. There. I've only played the opening level of that game, and my first thoughts were, wow, this game looks really nice. Like, they did a really good job with 3D like textures and stuff on there. I could tell it was a later Dreamcast game. I could really do with not finishing fourth here, seeing as I've had a pretty good race up to this point. I don't want this guy to just come in and take away my third race.
Checkpoint! Watch it! I'm gone!
Is this the last lap? No, we've got one more lap to go. Nice. It's really cool to see all these translation projects going on. We're going to record a Dreamcast soon, and that's one of the topics to talk about. I think we're going to talk about what games we want to see translated. The one game I really want to see translated is July. Just because I'd love to play that game, just because obviously it's an iconic piece of Dreamcast history. And it is completely inaccessible to Japanese. I'd love to see that translated. I know it's not an easy job because it is a more text-based game, but that would be the one for me. I'd love to see that, be able to play that game. Take it off the list. And obviously we need a translation of Gundam as well. Oh, I could lose this now. Got a bit sloppy this lap.
Nice timing!
Any damage?
Checkpoint!
No.
I'm
Got lucky
gone!
then with him driving into us. Just kind of stalled him out a bit. Any damage? Well, P3's okay. Well, actually, let's finish it P3 first. P3, nice.
Finish!
Nice. Yeah, it'd be good to watch that. Yeah, I know. I'm under no illusion. Oh, it's close, isn't it? It's tight for that third place, that much coveted third place. So last race. So basically, oh, and it's the city one. What was I saying all along? I said there's got to be a city map in the night, and I bet you this is in the night time. Japan in the night. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Although it does say weather sunny, so we'll see. Right, so we just need a top 3 finish here.
I'll do it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, phooey. Wow.
Any damage?
Nice timing.
Right,
Yes.
this is. I really like it. It all just go away. I should have taken a note as to who was in 4th place in the championship. I also don't feel like I've got a good car for this track because I don't really have the top speed. Oh, yeah, there we go. Maybe we do.
I'm done.
I still didn't check if there was a handbrake. Funny how they've only just introduced this stage now. Like, this has not been in any of the other. This is literally the last stage in the game. I suppose it gives you something new, doesn't it? When you get right to the very last point of the game. I'm not feeling good about holding on to 3rd, I'll be honest. I mean, we'll give it our best shot, but I'm feeling vulnerable.
Nice timing. Yes.
I don't know what the points differential is between finishing 3rd and finishing 4th, and whether we'll still take that 3rd place overall even if we finish 4th. No.
Oh, that's nothing.
The car just doesn't want to go around corners. Like, that's why I'm saying I don't know if there's like a handbrake turn button or something, but it just understeers like crazy. On tarmac. Just got to brake well early. 1 lap to go. We can do this.
Record. Final lap.
Go away, Pinky. Not today.
Any damage?
That's right. Normally get it back on the straight. Oh, this is tense.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, you definitely got to know what you're doing to take the first place. Oh my god. You definitely know what you're doing to get the first place in these trophies, later ones. And we've scraped through. I can't remember, where did we finish in the hard mode? Did we win the hard mode? Finished 3rd. Or 2nd. 3rd place, so this should do it. Nice.
Finish.
Yours to lose now. Well, we didn't lose it. We managed to hang on to a P3. Oh, we get a nice little cutscene look. You got the new color. Congratulations! Hell yeah! Any damage? I'll take it. So it was a pretty short game then. As I said, we didn't win. We didn't get the gold medal, but we still beat the game. We did the bare minimum required. We didn't get the 100%, but we finished it. We got the credits rolling. A very special thanks to the people at TNN. So my thoughts on the game then. Now we've finished it. Obviously very short, so you'd be pretty miffed if you bought this on launch and finished it all in one evening. Graphics are great. I think it's really strong in the graphic department. Handling is probably average. I've played a lot worse handling on Dreamcast games. I've played a lot better. Definitely middle of the road. AI was pretty poor on the higher levels. Again, not the worst, but definitely not the best. Tracks, it's a tough one. I feel like there's probably enough different layouts to kind of give you enough to be satisfied, but it certainly doesn't go above and beyond. And yeah, the whole AI character thing is a bit of a gimmick, which doesn't really do anything for me. So I think when it all boils down to it, if you look back at the reviews for this game, I'll tell you now. It received a 6 out of 10 from Edge. Famitsu gave it 26 out of 40. It got a 64% on GameFan. IGN gave it a 6.10. So, and I think that's pretty fair. I think it's no better than that, really. I think it's 5 or 6 out of 10. Probably giving it the benefit of the doubt, giving it a 6, I would say is probably fair, to be fair. £40 for a couple hours play, wouldn't get away with that now. You absolutely wouldn't. I feel like you wouldn't get away with. Let me just turn this music down a bit while I'm talking now. Yeah, I feel like. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, I feel like it's a bit disappointing there's no like unlocks or anything. Like, surely you should get some vehicles unlocked for finishing the championship and stuff. We still don't have any of this. I think we must have to save that AI data as we go. So practice presumably is literally just going through all the tracks. Oh, hang on, what's this?
Yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1.
So is practice just literally a drive around open world thing? That's pretty cool. Alright, so practice has turned into this thing that's not what I thought it was going to be at all. I assumed practice was just going to let you practice on the tracks. It looks more like an open world sandboxing type thing where you just drive around and lose control of your car. PC is definitely not as hardcore as we'd hoped. We were just doing the summary now as we were looking at the lack of unlockable options. So I quite like this. This would have been pretty cool at the time. Like, the practice mode is literally just do whatever the hell you want to do kind of deal. It just seems to go on forever. I guess it's just looping this part of the circuit over and over and over again. So that's practice. What's the different view? So you've got a cockpit view that makes me feel very sick because of the way it moves. That's horrible. Front is at the front of the car. What's motion? Oh, that one. Yeah. That is pretty cool, to be fair. I mean, I will give him credit for that. That does look pretty awesome. That is very cool. I wish I'd known about that before. I would have put that on for at least a couple of races. Right, so that's practice. Versus game, I'm assuming, is just multiplayer. Oh, you can do one player against AI or two players. Okay. And then, yeah, time attack is just going to be... I just wanted to do this to see actually how many circuits there are.
Hammerhead.
Different layouts. So... there aren't any layouts then, it's just the one layout for each one. We must have got confused. So we're literally 6 tracks. So again, not like massively horrendous, but average. That's the best way to describe this game, I think. It's average. It's just an average game, to be fair. It does some things right, it does some things really bad, and everything else feels like a just a run-of-the-mill late 90s racing game. It's 2020 average is offensive, but you know what? That is a really good point though, Mike, because like you are right. You know, nowadays, and I hate this whole like, oh yeah, but Edge used the full scale. I'm like, why is the scale different? Like, I don't understand why a 5 is not an average game. A 5 is literally it's literally middle of the road. Like, a 10 is perfect, a 9 is excellent, an 8 is very good, a 7 is good, a 6 is above average, a 5 is average, and so on. I don't get why everything isn't based on exactly the same scoring metric. But yeah, you're right. You are absolutely right. Nowadays, you see average games getting called average and getting 7 out of 10 scores, and that's not the way it should be. A 7 should be, like you say, a game that's good, but you wouldn't recommend it over something that scores, you know, some of the higher, the more excellent / perfect games. Like, you know, if I was giving Spirit of Speed a score using the full scale, I'd probably give it an 8. Whereas most people wouldn't. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. So yeah, back on topic. If I was reviewing this for Edge, I would go with a 5 or a 6. I think it probably would have got a 6 as it was a launch game or launch window game. So it was pretty, you know, it was pretty good for a launch game, I think, graphically at least as well. But yeah, does a lot right, to be fair. Well, I am going to call it an evening there, guys. Thanks everyone for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure. I need to do another stream pretty quickly to get the affiliate stuff done, so look out for an impromptu stream over the next couple of days. But in the meantime, I'm going to say goodbye, and I hope to see you all really soon. Thank you everyone for stopping by.
If someone said you could look more beautiful overnight, wouldn't you give it a try? My secret is Dreamcast. I tried it, and I've never looked so good. Want to know how it works?
Dreamcast's 128-bit processor makes Lara more beautiful than ever before.
So I look flawless, even on the run.
The Dreamcast Beauty Treatment, as used by Lara Croft in Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation.
My name is Ryo Hazuki. My father was killed by the warlord Lan Di. During my quest for vengeance, I've traveled far and wide and consorted with numerous unsavory characters. But enough about me. Let's talk about you, Nozomi.
Brian? Brian? Brian! Who's Nozomi?
Shenmue on Dreamcast, rated T for teen.
Sega!
We all play games. Why don't we play together? Dreamcast, up to 6 billion players.